Thank you. This is about Roseland infrastructure. We have the overdrafting of groundwater to the extent that not only are the creeks dry, but homes' foundations are cracking. How will you address that? And at the same time, across the street, we have a public health emergency with 27% of the students having asthma because we have too much traffic. And that's because we've had more growth than we've had proportional growth in infrastructure. How do you address that?
Thank you for that question, Mr. Kruger. I think I may have met you many years ago when we first discovered that there was a plume of dry cleaning fluids that was putting toxins into a lot of the wells here when I was on the Santa Rosa City Council. And this, despite the fact that not all of this was in the city limits, we still went out and we hooked some Roseland residents to Santa Rosa City water.
This is a Superfund site, by the way, right
yes,
here.
Exactly. And so one of the things that needs to happen is more of that, so that we can stop depleting our groundwater, stop having subsidence, which is affecting our infrastructure and our homes. And that's one of the things that needs to happen through the annexation process. I believe that is one of the things that needs to be negotiated between the supervisors and the city council. And one other thing I want to mention is, as supervisor, I have had 11 years of experience in City Hall. I know how it works. I know the people. I will be able to negotiate with my friends on the city council, and we can make this happen.
Thank you, Ms. Evans. Ms. Hopkins. Now, this is the first time either of these people will be a supervisor in Sonoma County. Keep that in mind. All right, Ms. Hopkins.
I'll jump in with the second since she got to go the first and didn't have time for the second, which was regarding the amount of traffic. I think that really working on increasing our pedestrian and bicycle accessibility is tremendously important. So that means creating a plan for Roseland that involves safe bike routes and safe routes to schools and expanding those programs that we already have going. Working on creating bike lanes. I also think that working as a county, and actually the interaction between the county and city transit services is tremendously important. There are a lot of areas of Southwest Santa Rosa that are tremendously underserved by transit. Areas where there aren't even bike stop or bus stops that have covered awnings, for instance. And so people are very unlikely to use transit if they don't have a place to get out of the rain, and also if they don't have sidewalks. So sidewalk infrastructure is also incredibly important to not only pedestrian safety, but also access to transit. As for groundwater, we are mandated by the state to develop a sustainable groundwater management plan through the SIGMA Act, which was passed.
Thank you, Ms. Hopkins.